Assalamu alaikum. The Quran in Arabic is glorious because of the masterful use of Arabic language. We can only get the true message if we are familiar with Arabic language. Let us start today's lesson. Today, inshallah, we will study ayat number 21 to 29 of Surah Al-Baqarah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
يا أيها الناس اعبدوا ربكم الذي خلقكم والذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون.
O mankind, you worship your Lord who created you and those before you. We hope you may save yourself. Now, over here, God is addressing the mankind, not the people of Makkah or anybody else, but everybody in this world. There are three words: Ebudu, imperfect verb, Lalla, this is sister of Inna, and Tattaqun. We will discuss this, inshallah. Ebudu, it is a second person masculine imperative verb. An imperative verb is the one in which you give order or command. Like you go, you sit, you get up. Over here, Allah Ta'ala is telling the whole mankind that you worship your Lord. Lala, it's a particle resembling the verb, and it is also known as sister of Inna. It signifies hope or expectations, apprehension and fear. Over here, it is a hope that you may save yourself. Tattaqun, it's an imperfect verb of form 8. In form 8, it refers to oneself to do something with some effort, particularly in this one. To save yourself means you have to do some efforts to save yourself. Ayat 22.
الذي جعل لكم الأرض فراشا والسماء بناء وأنزل من السماء ماء فأخرج به من الثمرات رزقا لكم فلا تجعلوا لله أندادا وأنتم تعلمون.
Who made for you the earth a bed and the sky a ceiling, and sent down from the sky water and brought out there with fruits as provision for you, so you do not set up Allah equals while you all know. Over here, two or three things other. Number one, form 4, Anzala and Akhraja, we will slightly discuss. And then this prohibitive la tajalu, you should not. Inshallah, we will discuss this. Anzala and Akhraja, they are both form 4, perfect verb. The form 4 is formed by just adding Hamza to the 3-letter verb. Over here, the 3-letter verb is Nazala, and over here it is Kharaja. So it becomes Anzala and Akhraja. And their main meaning or action is he made himself do or perform an action. So over here, Allah Ta'ala is performing the action, and from the sky is bringing down the water, and from the water then the fruits comes out. The prohibitive law. Actually, when we have to say you go in Arabic, we will say izhab, and when we have to say you do not go, we use this prohibitive law and say la tazhab. Here are the examples for both, because when you say do not go, you have to have the sukoon on the last letter when you add la. Here we have given you this is a normal example. Tazhabu means you are going or will go. Tazhabuna, all of you are going or you or will go. Over here now you are not going or will not go. This law is just saying about something which you don't do. But over here, la tazhabu or la tazhab, it's an order. You do not go. All of you do not go. So this is the difference between the normal law and the prohibitive law. Ayat 23.
وإن كنتم في ريب مما نزلنا على عبدنا فأتوا بسورة من مثله وادعوا شهداءكم من دون الله إن كنتم صادقين.
And if you are in doubt about what we have sent down upon our servant Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, then produce a surah like this and call upon your collaborators other than Allah if you are truthful. Here are a few words. Number one, this is condition. We call it shart in Arabic, and I would prefer to call it shart. That condition. The condition is if you are in doubt what we have sent down. And for the condition, there is an answer. Then the answer is then produce a surah like this and call upon your collaborators. There is another shart over here, and over here it's only shart if you are truthful. Nazzalna, Bab 2, Form 2, Fatu, and Wadu. They are two imperative verbs. We will just see. It's interesting. And Sadiqeen over here is active participle if you are truthful. Nazala, this is Form 2 perfect verb. In the Form 2, God gives more emphasis and makes the message more stronger and more intense. Over here, God is talking about if what we have sent down, if you have any doubt. It's sort of a tambi, or you can say a warning as well. Then these two words, patu, it's a imperative verb. Imperative verbs are those in which you give the order. And it's a nice way of constructing this word into fa'atu. Just go through it. It's just beautiful how it is being made. And the meaning, obviously, as I said, it's the imperative verb is always for saying some order or something. And madu, same, it's an imperative verb and it's the order. If you rather it's he's ordering that you can bring your collaborators, give them invite rather. And again over here it's a nice way because it's a naqis verb, nice way of construction of this verb. Ayat 24.
فإن لم تفعلوا ولن تفعلوا فاتقوا النار التي وقودها الناس والحجارة أعدت للكافرين.
But if you did not do it, and you can never do, then you fear the fire whose fuel are the people and the stones. It is prepared for the disbelievers. Or here two very important words. In is a shart which we have discussed before. Lam and lan. This lam makes the meaning of even the imperfect verb, that is which shows about the future, into the past tense. And lan makes this that it is absolutely future. It can never happen. Like for this, when it's very difficult to translate, frankly speaking, but this means that they were not able to do it. Fine. And they can never. Learn means never do it. So it is impossible. They can produce surah like this because God is clearly saying over here they did not do it and they can never do. Then you fear the fire whose fuel are the people and the stones, and it is prepared for the disbelievers. Fattaqu, form 8, it's you should fear. Allah Ta'ala is saying that you should now fear about it. Uiddat is the passive word of form 4. Lam is a negative particle. It is used with imperfect verb, but it brings about two changes. One is that in the meaning it turns into the perfect verb, although it is present in future tense, but and it changes the verb from nominative case to juicy mood, mazum. Lan, it makes the imperfect verb totally into future tense only in meaning, and nominative case into subjective mood, mansoob. Let's see, I think we are quite familiar now with this. We have already studied this before, but I want to emphasize only on over here that when they are singulars, then by putting sukoon on the third radical, lam, it becomes mazum, and by putting fatah, it becomes mansoob. Like this is sukoon, so this is mazum, and this is fatah, and this is mansoob. And but for the plurals, by removing the noon, all these, when you remove it, then it becomes even mazum and also mansoob. So removing the noon makes the word both mazum and mansoob. Ayat 25.
وبشر الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات أن لهم جنات تجري من تحتها الأنهار كلما رزقوا منها من ثمرة رزقا قالوا هذا الذي رزقنا من قبل وأتوا به متشابها ولهم فيها أزواج مطهرة وهم فيها خالدون.
And give good news, and give good news to those who believed and did the right deeds. Indeed, for them are gardens below which rivers flow. Whenever they are provided therefrom with a fruit as food, they will say, this is what we were fed before. For they have been given therefrom similar in looks, and they will have therein purified wives, and they in there will abide forever. One thing I would say, when sometimes God talks about, it looks like that something has already happened, and because God knows it, that this is going to happen like this. So in this ayat, this is what slightly difficult in translation, but we should understand that it will happen in future. Bashir, this is form 2, Amanu form 4. This is the good news. And then kullama, whenever this is a shart with adverb. Rizqan, this is absolute object. We will discuss these thing little. Mutashabiha, this is form 6, and this is appearing for the first time, so we will slightly discuss this inshallah. Azwaj, over here I have translated it as wives, because the reason is, although it just means spouses, and it is plural. Mutaharatun is a feminine adjective. That's why it is being translated as wives. Mubashir, it is the second person singular form 2, and in form 2 the important thing is that it has more, it makes the verb more stronger and more intense. So God is clearly and very strongly saying, give good news to those who amanu, who mu'min, whoever is doing good deeds and are mu'min, to them. Rizqan, this is absolute object, and the absolute object is the verbal noun, We call it masdar in Arabic, and it is used along with the verb for the sake of emphasis. So whatever they will be provided as risk, uh, from there it is the absolute object, rizqan, verbal noun. You can read in detail about this absolute object. It's quite details given over here. Mutashabiha, this is form 6 and it is active participle. It is form in form 3, a ta is added. Form 3 is having alif extra in the 3-letter verb, and then when we add ta to it, it becomes form 6. Important thing is that this is a very important verb. It talks about reciprocal action, pure mutuality. Mutashabiha, it is now saying one to another. They are similar to one to another, and there is another thing, meaning of this form 6, which is not being used so much, but it will come inshallah. Pretended action, like one says he pretended to be sick. Ayat 26.
إن الله لا يستحيي أن يضرب مثلا ما بعوضة فما فوقها فأما الذين آمنوا فيعلمون أنه الحق من ربهم وأما الذين كفروا فيقولون ماذا أراد الله بهذا مثلا يضل به كثيرا ويهدي به كثيرا وما يضل به إلا الفاسقين.
Indeed, Allah is not ashamed to strike an example, even that of a mosquito or what is beyond it, maybe smaller or bigger. And as for those who believed, they know that it is the truth from their Lord. And as for those who disbelieve, they will say, what did Allah intend by this as an example? He lets go astray thereby many, and He guides thereby many, and He lets go astray thereby any except the defiantly disobedient. So over here, Jastai, form 10, we will discuss a little bit. Famma, as for, otherwise there is no very difficult word over here. A normal Arabic fasiqeen is the active participle. This has been repeated. This is the gardan, and I just go through it. We have already discussed it 2 times. Past tense and the imperfect verb do not undergo any change. The present and future tense undergoes changes to indicate the function in the sentence, so it is declinable. The changes which are there are called moods, and slightly different wordings have been used. That's why I'm talking about it. Marfu, indicative mood, and it is nominative, which we have discussed before. Mansub, subjective mood, accusative with fatah ending, and mazzoom, juicy mood, sakoon, loss of ending. Go through the gardan again. Form 10, which talks about basically seeking something, but it also has the meaning which has been used over here to bring about a change in oneself. Over here, like God is not ashamed. He's not going to bring any change in himself for being ashamed. Amma, this is an explanation particle. It is very frequently used word. It is used when we speak about 2 or more items. It can be translated as for, or above it has been used as for believers, and then it has been used for as for disbelievers. Ayat 27.
الذين ينقضون عهد الله من بعد ميثاقه ويقطعون ما أمر الله به أن يوصل الْفَصْلَ وَيُفْسِدُونَ فِي الْأَرْضِ أُولَئِكَ هُمُ الْخَاسِرُونَ.
Those who break covenant of Allah after its firm affirmation, and they cut off what Allah has ordered that to be joined, and cause disorders in the earth, those they are the losers. It's a very important ayat, and we have to be very careful. Covenant basically means what you have promised to Allah, all the things. After you have said La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, and they cut off, Allah has ordered that we join. This is Sadaya Rahmi. You cut off relationship with the people. So I would suggest, please read the tafsir of any alim. It's very important. And cause disorders in the earth, those they are the losers. In this one, basically the words are very simple. Qata, in Urdu we understand, you break and then you make fasad. They are and khasirun, they are the losers. So a very important ayat. Please read tafsir from some alim. Ayat 28.
كيف تكفرون بالله وكنتم أمواتا فأحياكم ثم يميتكم ثم يحييكم ثم إليه ترجعون.
How can you disbelieve in Allah when you were all lifeless? Then He gave you life. Then He will make you all die. Then He will give you life. And then to Him you all will be returned. Form 4 has been used. Ayakum, yumitukum, yuhikum. And then this is the passive word. Turjaun, you all will be returned. Kaifa, this is interrogative noun. And it is used for how can you, of your state, how can you disbelieve? Over here I'll talk about, it's a very commonly used word in the Arabic language, and just go through it. It has got, I've given you a lot of information about it. Ayat 29.
هو الذي خلق لكم ما في الأرض جميعا ثم استوى إلى السماء فسواهن سبع سماوات وهو بكل شيء عليم.
It is He who created for you all what is on the earth. Then He paid attention to the sky and perfectly formed 7 skies, and He is all knowing of everything. So whatever is on the earth has been created for us. This is what Allah Ta'ala is telling us. 2 words, istawa, form 8, and fasawwahunna, sawa, form 2. We will discuss it briefly, inshallah. Most Arabic verbs have only 3 letters called radicals. The first radical is called fa, the second radical is called ain, the third radical is called lam. These names are taken from the verb fa'ala, and the root is fa, and lam. A verb in Arabic may be either mujarrid or mazid. Mujarrid verb are the 3-letter verb without any amendments, and the 4-letter words remains 4 without any modification. In mazid verbs, 1 or more letters are added to the radicals to modify the meaning. And the 3-letter verb has 9 forms, and the 4-letter verbs has 3 forms. Form 1 is obviously fa'ala. Form 2 is an kalma is double. Form 3, alif is added after the first radical fa. Form 4, hamza is added to the 3-letter verb. Form 5, ta is added to form 2 before fa kalma. Form 6, ta is added to form 3 before fa kalma. Form 7, in is added to the 3-letter verb. Form 8, alif is added before fa and ta after the fa kalma. Form 9, alif is added before the fa kalma and lam is doubled. Form 10, istafala, alif sin ta is added before the 3-letter verb. Form 4 is very rarely used. You can read it. Here we will discuss Form 8, istawa. This is perfect verb. Alif is added to the first radical and ta after it. It refers to make oneself do something with some effort. And over here, Allah has made a lot of efforts to make everything on the earth for us. And then He concentrated towards the skies, and this is Form 2. And they have He has, with intensive work, made it causative to the skies to become 7 skies. So Form 2 has more stronger or more intense meaning of Form 1. Alhamdulillah, we finished our lesson today. The PDF file link is there in the description. Click on it. It will generate a request for access. Click on the request, then the message will come to me, and then I will give you the permission. The PDF file is very important. It has got a lot of information. Please read to really understand the language.